5 days since he was killed in southern Lebanon, it's now confirmed that a symbolic funeral of the Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah will be held tomorrow, that's Friday. But who's going to be in attendance? Where exactly will that mock funeral happen? Will it be broadcast to the public? And more importantly, why is there still not a single image of Hassan Nasrallah's body? Why is there no visual evidence for 5 days and counting?
This is the Hezbollah headquarters in Beirut, Lebanon. This is where Hezbollah chief was when the Israel airstrikes hit on Saturday.
I'm currently standing and I am the first international journalist from India Today who is at the Hezbollah headquarters here in South Beirut. Behind me you can see this was the 6-story building when Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, the Secretary General of Hezbollah, was taking a meeting of his commanders in the basement, which was underground almost 15 feet below the ground, where he was taking that meeting.
Israel Air Force F-15 planes dropped 85 bunker buster bombs, causing a big crater. Reports say that Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah's body was recovered from this crater. Al Jazeera suggested that Nasrallah's body showed no direct physical injury, raising the likelihood that his death resulted from shock due to the force of the explosion. But almost a week since the Hezbollah chief's death, the world is yet to see the physical evidence of Nasrallah's dead body. There was speculation that his body might be transported abroad, with the holy city of Karbala in Iraq, the site of Imam Hussein's shrine. Imam Hussein was the grandson of Prophet Muhammad and a founding figure in Shia Islam. Iraq's health ministry reported that 100 newborns were named Nasrallah in honor of the Hezbollah chief, Hassan Nasrallah, after his assassination by Israel. Hezbollah, though, has called reports of Nasrallah's funeral or burial in Karbala are false. Reports now suggest the symbolic funeral of Hassan Nasrallah will be held on Friday. The possibility of a large-scale public funeral procession in Beirut is slim, given the ongoing Israeli strikes. A second scenario suggests that, due to heightened security measures, Hezbollah might opt for a private burial ceremony with only close family members and key party leaders, with no live broadcasting of the event. In his first public address since the missile strikes in Israel, Iran's supreme leader mourned the death of Hassan Nasrallah.
در این روزها عزاداریم. به خصوص بنده به جد عزادار هستم. حادثه ای که اتفاق افتاد حادثه کوچکی نیست. فقدان آقای سید حسن نصرالله حادثه کمی نیست و جداً ما رو عزادار کرده. عزای ما جنسش از جنس عزای سید الشهدا علیه السلام. زنده و زنده کننده است.
Hassan Nasrallah's funeral will be held on Friday, but there is still no visual proof of the Hezbollah chief's remains. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is the crater that the penetration bomb made, the one that killed Hassan Nasrallah. This was a bomb that went in many meters before it detonated. And I'm going to show you in a moment how that bomb actually worked. But this is all that there was left. We don't have any images of Hassan Nasrallah's body. His body was presumably pulled out from this particular crater because he was in a bunker down this particular crater. That's where he was hiding when the bomb actually hit. But I want to show you the surrounding areas of places where bombs like this have actually been used. This was a targeted aerial strike, very much like this on the suburbs of Beirut. But as you can see, buildings around the strike area are actually intact. Even the windows aren't shattered, which means a bomb fell right in the middle of this area, destroying one particular building, but the rest of the buildings in the vicinity are almost virtually completely intact, showing that this was a bomb designed not to have a large circumference of destruction, only targeting the building that is on target from whoever is planning the destruction of that particular building. So this is the kind of weaponry that Israel is bringing to the fight, even though they've been accused of a great deal of collateral damage. This one image shows you how that's actually done and how they're defending their military actions in southern Lebanon. Let me show you now how these bombs actually work. These are penetration bombs. They're precision guided. They are smart bombs dropped from aircraft by the Israeli Air Force that are designed to penetrate the ground. They don't explode on hitting the ground, but they penetrate and detonate only after they've gone a certain distance into the ground. They're equipped with a high-density projectile, which means they're capable of resisting a detonation accidentally only after they reach a certain depth through the ground, which is presumably where Hassan Nasrallah would have been hiding, or the bunker was situated. Only then does the bomb actually explode. It allows the bomb to pierce reinforced concrete, earth, mud, whatever it is, before actually detonating. They can be programmed to go to a certain depth before detonating. It features a fuse that delays that detonation until after it has penetrated down to a certain depth. They're called bunker busters because they're basically capable of reaching bunkers in subterranean areas and then taking out targets. These commonly weigh around 2,000 pounds, and these are the kinds of bombs that Israel has been using to target people like Hassan Nasrallah in their bunkers. Now, the Geneva Conventions on War restrict their use to extreme circumstances. They target enemy infrastructure without collateral damage. That at least is what the purpose is supposed to be. I want to go across now to India Today's Ashraf Wani, the first Indian reporter on the ground in Lebanon. He's been reporting fearlessly throughout this entire conflict. Ashraf, the body of Hassan Nasrallah has not been seen so far. You have visited the site, you have reported from there and around the area as well. There is a lot of talk that there could be some kind of a mock funeral for Nasrallah tomorrow. What are you hearing? What preparations are being made for his funeral, Ashraf?
Actually, Shiv, it is necessary to understand how much popular figure, particularly among the Shia Muslims, Hassan Nasrallah was. If you will just surf the social media, particularly of the Gulf countries, including Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and then Jordan, and other surrounding countries, you will find the war going on for creating the update status. In fact, most of the people have put the Hassan Nasrallah's picture as their profile picture on the Twitter handlers, on the Instagram handlers, as well as on the Facebook handlers. That shows the popularity of Hassan Nasrallah. Even in our country, in India, we have seen protesters in solidarity of Hassan Nasrallah. In India, in fact, not only in the Jammu and Kashmir. But that means that he is a very, not only the popular leader, but also a famous cleric, very close to the supreme leader of Iran. And also, what you suggested in the report, there are chances that probably after some time, he may be buried in Karbala. Karbala is the very pious city for the Shia Muslims, where Imam Hussein and Imam Hassan had been laid to the rest. But there is a kind of a, we can say, chaos among the Hezbollah fighters that they could not keep the burial of Hassan Nasrallah on hold too much. The area where the Hezbollah headquarters has been targeted, where Hassan Nasrallah was living, it is not possible to bury him there because there will be any kind of strike during his funeral. And if the news goes in the public without any question, we can say that at least more than 1 million people are going to attend his funeral on voluntarily basis across the region. So to avoid that kind of confrontation and any kind of a big accident in that funeral, the Hezbollah now probably may have decided. They have not yet disclosed, but may have decided to take symbolic funeral here. Then later on, when the situation gets clear, they may disclose where he has been buried and where is his grave. That is only possible after this tension, what is mounting in the Lebanon as well as on the southern border of the Lebanon and the Iran and Israel conflict. After that thing, that will be come in public domain. As far as you were talking in the report about the pictures, why that had not been released, that will not be intentionally released by the Hezbollah. Even in his funeral, will not be allowed to be filmed by anyone except the Hezbollah people. And at their will, they will decide when to release for the public announcement that he has been buried. Still, we are waiting for any kind of statement. I have asked many people in the day, is tomorrow any kind of funeral taking place? They said, we not know anything about it. And these are the reasons which were, as I was counting with you, for a secret funeral of Hassan Nasrallah.
Very much. Stay safe. We will keep connecting with you, Ashraf, reporting extensively from Beirut and in southern Lebanon, including the places where airstrikes are taking place. All of his coverage is here on India Today. Now, the supreme leader of Iran continues to be in a safe location after Tuesday night's missile strikes on Israel. Reports suggest that Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, warned the Hezbollah leader, Hassan Nasrallah, to flee Lebanon and, in fact, go to Iran, perhaps, just days before that airstrike killed him. On Wednesday, he addressed a public gathering where he had a big warning, his latest for Israel. Listen in.
The biggest declaration of war. Iran ended all suspense by directly launching missiles into Israel on Tuesday. While it did manage to hit Israel's military bases and targeted Mossad headquarters, Iran is on its toes. Its supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, the man who ordered the direct attack against Israel, has made his first appearance since being moved to a secure location. Khamenei called for the West to leave the Middle East, blaming the regional conflict on the United States and its allies.
اساس مشکل
The root of the problem which causes these conflicts, wars, tensions, is the presence of the same people who claim that they want peace and tranquility in the region. I am referring to America and some European countries.
Claiming the region will live in peace if the West leaves.
If they remove their evil from this region, without a doubt, these conflicts, these wars, clashes will disappear completely. The countries of the region can damage themselves, manage their region, live together in peace, health and well-being.
Meanwhile, Israel's offensive against Lebanon rages on as it tries to dismantle Hezbollah military infrastructure in South Lebanon, triggering another warning from Iran.
باید این جانی رو سر جاش بنشونم که دست از این کاراش برداره، چون اگه بخواد ادامه بده به این سادگی نی. دفعه دیگه اگه بخواد کاری بکنه که امنیت ما رو به هم بزنه، ما هم امنیت اونا رو قادریم به هم بزنیم و قطعا اگر اونا بخوان کاری خلاف اون مسائل رو انجام بدن، پاسخهای بسیار محکمتر از اینی رو خواهند گرفت که دیشب نشون داده شد.
Israel has vowed revenge against Iran.
איראן עשתה הערב טעות גדולה והיא תשלם על כך.
All eyes are now on whether a bigger war is on the cards. Bureau Report, India Today.